Hello everyone and welcome to my video where today I'm going to be discussing the 4th month of my ketogenic diet journey. And let me just start off by saying that in the 4th month I did not lose or gain any weight. I stayed exactly the same. However, I did gain 1.25 inches overall. Now, I do think that the last measurement I had was a little misleading because the day prior to all of the measurements, I actually had a very intense leg day, and I've been trying to focus on building my quads up more. So I'm not sure if I was a little bit swollen due to inflammation from working out, but regardless, I'm still excited with what I have seen and what's been going on. I know I say this every single time, but I am just getting incredibly strong. I am going to share this bit of information with you, even though it doesn't pertain to month 4. But as of 2 days ago, I actually hit a personal record of 255 pounds on glute bridges for 3 reps. And I can't believe I actually did that much weight. I have never done that much weight before. Last month, I had done glute bridges and maxed out at 225 pounds, and I had basically just stopped after that and started switching up my workouts because I didn't want to focus on the backside so much as the front side of my legs. So I randomly saw one of my friends, Rob the trainer. I talk about him in one of my other videos. We work out together every now and then, and I saw him doing glute bridges, so just being funny, I thought I would go over, and I just threw on some weight and just did the 255 pounds. So it's things like that that keep me going, the non-scale victories. And that's what I keep telling people. With the ketogenic diet, you can't focus on the scale, and you need to focus on the other things, your health, the clothing sizes getting smaller. It's just amazing. It really is. So stick with it. If you're not seeing the numbers that you want to see on the scale, think about all the other things in your life that have improved. Also, I decided to bump up my fat intake quite a bit. And I was actually consuming roughly 2,500 calories. And it wasn't all fat, of course. I still had my 20 net grams of carbohydrates, and I had a little bit of protein. I had roughly 50 grams of protein per day, which is really kind of lower than what I'm used to, but I wanted to try increasing the fat. And what I noticed was that my ketone levels went up quite a bit. So I found that is quite interesting. And the other thing is that my blood glucose levels really didn't shift at all. So with that, I kind of felt as though I wasn't consuming enough fat. So I decided to stick with it for the month, and I don't really know whether it had done much for me because I didn't see a shift in weight. I can tell from pictures that my body is changing a little bit, but as I've mentioned previously in my other video, that I think my body's going through a recomposition phase. So it's going to take some time for me to actually see what's happening. I know this process is not overnight, and I am willing to take the time to see what will happen if I keep my fat levels up higher. Now, will I keep consuming 2,500 calories a day? I don't think so, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm just experimenting with the ketogenic diet and trying to find out what works best for my body. Another thing that I realized in the 4th month was that I was getting a reaction to chewing sugar-free gum. And what I mean by that is I could tell every time I would chew my sugar-free gum, I just felt like I wanted sugar. And I had never really experienced it that way before. I had felt some sugar cravings in the past, but not like this. So I went on a little search and started researching the glycemic index. Now, I decided to do that because I wanted to know what could possibly be spiking my blood glucose levels. At least that's what I thought in my head, because there would be no other reason for me to have some sort of insulin reaction to anything else that I was consuming. Yes, I know I'm not consuming bubble gum, but just the gum and the sugar-free artificial sweeteners, I knew something in it had to be causing my body to want more. And so I went online, researched the glycemic index for artificial sweeteners, and sure enough, I found several of the artificial sweeteners were on the list as creating some sort of glucose response within the body. So I plan on doing another video talking about that more, because I can go a little bit more in depth, and I feel as though it would be too much for this video. So I plan on doing that in the future, and it's very interesting. So when I found out all of that information, I decided to cut back on the amount of gum that I was chewing, and I actually only chew gum when I'm at the gym. So that's a big shift for me. I'm used to chewing gum all the time, and it's been quite interesting. I've noticed that my sugar cravings are gone. I don't feel like I need to eat as much, or that I feel like I'm going to binge or anything crazy like that. Luckily, I really haven't done any of that in the past anyway, but I could just tell that something was changing in my body, and that had to be it. There was nothing else that could be going on. So I'm glad that I found out about that, and it's helped me quite a bit as well. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave it in the comment section below. My email address is in the description box below, along with all of my social media information. If you liked the video, please feel free to give me a thumbs up. You can also share and subscribe. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video.